I helped my sister escape an arranged marriage, then my parents arranged mine. My family was always strict about marriage. My parents thought marriage was about respect and keeping the family's honor intact. Love never really mattered to them. Growing up, I watched cousins quietly marry strangers who were chosen by their parents. They would smile politely during ceremonies, but I could see sadness behind their eyes. I kept my feelings locked inside, always afraid that one day I'd be the girl silently marrying someone I didn't love. Everything changed the night my parents announced my younger sister Mia was going to marry Raj. He was almost twice her age, serious and cold. When he came to our house, he hardly smiled. He just sat quietly, staring at Mia as if she were something he bought at the store. Mia cried herself to sleep every night after that. Hearing her soft sobs through the wall broke something inside me, but still I didn't speak out. I didn't dare. Then one afternoon I found Mia curled up on her bedroom floor, eyes red from crying. "I can't do this," she whispered, her voice shaking. "You have to help me." Seeing my little sister terrified woke me up. It felt like ice running through my veins. I knew right then I couldn't sit back anymore. We had to get her out. For weeks, I secretly planned Mia's escape. Every dollar I earned from stocking shelves at the grocery store went into a shoebox hidden under my bed. I carefully picked a day our parents would be away at a cousin's wedding. Finally, the day arrived, and my heart pounded so hard I felt dizzy. We packed her bag with clothes and snacks. Mia's hands shook as she zipped it shut. She stared at me, eyes wide with fear. "What if they find out?" she asked, barely able to speak. "They won't," I said, sounding braver than I felt. My chest tightened, knowing how risky this was. One wrong move, and we'd both face terrible consequences. We tiptoed through the house in complete silence. Every creak of the floor made us freeze, hearts racing. Outside, the air felt cold and heavy, like even the world knew what we were doing. When Mia got on the bus, I hugged her tightly, praying it wouldn't be the last time. "Stay safe," I whispered as tears ran down my face. Watching the bus pull away, I felt relief mixed with a terrifying sense of dread. For weeks afterward, I waited anxiously for my parents to discover the truth, but nothing happened. Mia texted me secretly, letting me know she found a safe place to stay. Slowly, I began to believe we'd gotten away with it. Then one night after dinner, my mom told me to sit down at the table. Her face was hard and cold like stone. My dad stood by the window, his back to me, refusing to look in my direction. My stomach sank. They knew. "You thought we wouldn't find out?" My dad growled, his voice shook with anger. "You shamed us. Now you'll fix it." Before I could respond, Mom said I was marrying Amir, a friend of Raj, who was even older. They set the wedding date for 2 weeks later. My blood ran cold. "No," I whispered, barely loud enough to hear myself. "It's decided," my dad snapped, leaving no room for argument. Those 2 weeks passed in a blur of panic. Every night I lay awake in bed, my thoughts spinning. I knew marrying Amir meant losing my freedom forever, but my parents watched me closely, making escape impossible. On the wedding day, I felt sick as I sat beside Amir. He had sharp, judging eyes, always looking at me like I owed him something. When the ceremony ended, dread twisted my stomach as I realized how trapped I'd become. Life with Amir was like living in a cage. He controlled everything I did. He locked the doors and windows, always carrying the keys with him. He didn't let me see friends, leave the house alone, or even speak to Mia. Each day, loneliness crushed me more and more. Sometimes I imagined escaping, but fear held me back. Then, one afternoon, Amir fell asleep watching TV. I saw his phone sitting unattended on the kitchen table. My heart pounded so loud, I thought it would wake him. Hands shaking, I grabbed it, quickly texting Mia, "I need help now. Please get me out." The seconds ticked by as I waited for her reply, terrified Amir would wake up. Finally, the phone buzzed. "I'll come tonight," Mia wrote. "Be ready." My pulse raced all evening. I quietly packed a tiny bag and hid it beneath the bed. I could barely eat dinner, knowing Amir might see my nervousness. When night finally fell, I lay stiffly next to Amir, waiting for his breathing to slow. After what felt like forever, he drifted into sleep. Moving slowly, I slid out of bed. My hands trembled as I grabbed the bag, tiptoeing carefully down the stairs. Each step felt like stepping on thin ice. When I reached the front door, my throat went dry. Amir shifted upstairs, the sound making me freeze. After a tense moment, the house fell silent again. I turned the lock carefully, stepping into the cold night air. Outside, Mia waited in an old, beat-up car. Tears filled her eyes as I jumped inside. "You're safe now," she said, gripping my hand tight. She slammed the gas, and we raced away, leaving my old life behind. We drove until sunrise. Finally, safe in a new city, we held each other, crying tears of relief.